How to stay calm when people try to trigger you. There's a moment, a sharp flicker of heat, that rises in your chest when someone says something meant to provoke you. It's not always loud. Sometimes it's hidden in sarcasm, in passive-aggressive remarks, or in the calculated silence that speaks louder than words. It's that subtle jab, the smirk, the bait carefully placed to make you explode. And in that moment, you have a choice. You can take the bait. You can react. You can defend yourself, lash out, match fire with fire. Or, you can stay calm. But staying calm doesn't mean you're unaffected. It means you've learned to hold power in your stillness. It means you've built something inside that is no longer easily shaken. In a world that thrives on emotional reactivity, true strength is the ability to remain composed when everything around you tries to pull you out of your peace. That's not weakness. That's mastery. It's easy to be calm when no one's pushing your buttons. The real test is when someone knows your buttons and presses them anyway. Some people trigger you not because they're evil, but because they are deeply uncomfortable with your presence, your silence, your confidence, or your refusal to play the game. Others trigger you because they want a reaction. They want to see you flinch. Why? Because if they can make you lose control, it makes them feel powerful. This is where the philosophy of Stoicism becomes more than theory. It becomes a lifeline. The Stoics taught that we don't control external events, we control our response. But that isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending we're above it all. It's about understanding that no one can reach inside you and push your emotional buttons unless you hand them the remote. And most of us have been handing out that remote without realizing it. Learning to stay calm in the face of provocation is a process. It's not about becoming cold or indifferent. It's about choosing your response rather than being dragged by your reaction. It's about reclaiming your dignity in moments when your ego wants revenge. Validation, or the last word. When someone tries to trigger you, they're inviting you to abandon yourself. They're saying, "Come down here. Let me pull you into this emotional mud pit where I feel comfortable." But the moment you engage, you lose altitude, you become reactive, and your peace becomes theirs to manipulate. So what do you do instead? You breathe, you pause, you recognize the pattern. Because the moment you recognize a trigger for what it is, a test, a trap, a projection, you stop being the target. You become the observer. And observers don't flinch. They study. There is a psychological principle called emotional mirroring. When someone gets angry, they expect you to mirror their anger. When someone gets passive-aggressive, they expect a defensive response. This is how emotional escalation begins, two nervous systems battling for dominance. But here's the secret: you don't have to match their energy. You can transmute it. When someone's storm crashes into your calm, and you don't react the way they expect, something incredible happens. Their storm weakens. Because it feeds on your energy, and you refuse to give it. Your calm is not passivity. It's resistance. It's you saying, "I see what you're doing. I know who I am. And I won't betray myself to prove something to you." That takes more courage than shouting, more strength than retaliation. One of the most profound shifts you can make is to stop taking things personally. This doesn't mean you don't feel the sting. It means you look deeper than the sting. Ask yourself, what is this person projecting? What insecurity, pain, or fear are they offloading onto me? Because often, when people try to trigger you, they're not responding to who you are. They're responding to who they are when they're near you. Your presence alone may remind them of something they've lost. Your silence may expose the noise in their own minds. Your boundaries may feel like rejection. Your success may highlight their stagnation. So they jab, they poke, they stir. Not because you deserve it, but because they can't face themselves. Your job is not to fix that. Your job is to not let it infect your spirit. There's a metaphor often used in Buddhist philosophy. Imagine someone offers you a gift, but you don't accept it. Where does the gift go? It stays with the giver. The same goes for insults, provocations, manipulation. You don't have to accept the energy handed to you. You don't have to take it into your nervous system. You don't have to respond just because they expect you to. This is what inner power looks like. You stop being emotionally hijacked. You stop being manipulated by tone, words, or weaponized silence. You stop being pulled into a game you never agreed to play. And you start living on your own terms. Of course, there will be days when you slip. When someone says just the right thing at the wrong time, and you snap. That doesn't mean you failed. It means you're human. But even then, you can recover. You can apologize to yourself. You can reflect and adjust. Because the goal isn't perfection. It's awareness. The more you practice staying calm, the more familiar that state becomes. Your nervous system begins to learn. We don't go to war just because someone else is. We breathe. We stay rooted. We rise. Over time, people notice. They'll say you're hard to read. That you don't let things get to you. That you're mysterious, unshakable, intimidating. They won't know that what they're seeing is self-respect in motion. Emotional boundaries. The result of choosing peace. Over and over again, even when your ego begged you not to. This is not about being better than others. It's about being better than your former self. Staying calm when triggered doesn't mean you allow disrespect. It means you address things from clarity, not chaos. It means you respond when you're ready, not when they demand it. It means you protect your energy like it's sacred, because it is. Imagine your peace like a flame. Every time you react emotionally to a provocation, you're handing out a piece of your fire. Eventually, you're left with smoke. But when you guard that flame, when you only burn where it truly matters, you begin to light the path. Not burn the bridge. Let people misunderstand you. Let them misjudge your silence. Let them label your calm as indifference. You don't owe them an explanation. You owe yourself peace. And so, the next time someone tries to trigger you, pause. Feel the surge, but don't follow it. Look at them, not with contempt, but with clarity. Recognize the wound behind the insult. See the projection for what it is. Then choose calm. You don't need to defend yourself to those who don't see you clearly. You don't need to explain your boundaries to those who never respected them. You don't need to prove your worth to someone who benefits from your doubt. Staying calm doesn't mean you're detached. It means you're deeply rooted. And from that place, nothing can shake you, not because the world is gentle, but because you are strong. This is how you win without fighting. This is how you protect your peace. This is how you rise.